Today we have the Cherry Blossom Festival, which is here at the Whitfield-Manjiro house, and it's a celebration of the cherry blossoms that were donated to America from Japan, and we kind of recreate that here today in Fairhaven. Hopefully, a lot of people still, have come because the rain, it's detracted a lot of people, but they call this Manjiro weather, and what they mean by that is stormy, rainy, in the times of Manjiro in Japan, but it's still a great celebration today. Thank you all for coming out today. I know it's spring in New England, and we have wonderful weather as usual here. It'll probably be in the 90s middle week next week here. So, but I just want to officially, on behalf of Selectman Espandola and Selectman Freitas, just give fond wishes and welcome to the Cherry Blossom Festival here in the town of Fairhaven. Jerry and Ayako do so much work. And they've got such a smooth flow with the whole crew in here, so when you go inside, you can bid on some silent auction items, have a bento lunch, and learn some more about the wonderful story of the Whitfield-Manjiro story that we have here in the town of Fairhaven. And I just want to wish you official greetings from the town, and thank you for coming out. And I hope you encourage and spread the word about the Manjiro house here in Fairhaven, because we're so fortunate to have this here in our wonderful town. So please spread the word. For the people that couldn't make it today because of weather or for whatever reason, have them stop by and do a tour and learn more about this great history that we have here. We are so blessed in this town to have our name with the Japanese culture and our story with the Japanese culture. So thank you and have a great day today.
In representing the consulate of Boston of the Japan country is one of our very close friends who comes very often, and we're pleased to have Mr. Yamauchi here.
Good morning. おはようございます。First of all, on behalf of the consulate office in Boston, I would like to say heartfelt gratitude to the Mr. Rooney and the Whitfield-Manjiro Society. So, as you know, the friendship between Captain Whitfield and Manjiro is the very beginning of the Japan-U.S. relationship. And that friendship represents a symbol of Japan-U.S. friendship. Also, the Sakura cherry blossom is special for Japanese. The 1912, Japan presented cherry trees to Washington, D.C. Exactly 100 years later, another cherry trees were gifted to to Fairhaven here, this area. So today's event shows the two major symbols of Japan friendship between Japan and the U.S. So this is important event. So I hope you will enjoy today's event and also remind how deep and long the Japan and the U.S. relationship is. So separate from this event, so now it is the start of the season for tourism. So with the consulate try our best to encourage more people visit this important house. And also there will be a Manjiro festival in October. So we try best to support the society and the house. Thank you very much.
Manjiro was a little boy that was rescued by Captain Whitfield when he was only a young boy, not even a teenager, and Captain Whitfield took him in and brought him back to America. He got educated here in America, first Japanese born ever educated in America, right here in the great town of Fairhaven. So we have a lot of history, and Manjiro went back to Japan, and he was also celebrated there in time, and now we have the connection, and we've had, I believe, over 7,000 visitors come since we opened the Manjiro house here. So that's a lot of visitors coming to the town of Fairhaven from Japan. And I'll tell you, when I went to Japan, I was warmly welcomed. And I really, really hope that, when we see our Japanese visitors here in the town of Fairhaven, greet them, welcome them, because they spent a lot of money to come to learn the story of Manjiro.
walks into his mother's house 12 years after he left. Okay. Meantime, Commander Matthew Perry, the head of the, or Commodore Perry, head of the U.S. Navy, was off the coast of Japan, and he wanted to land and open ports and start trading with Japan. And so they landed, and Japan was not at that point quite open to having talks with the U.S. But the shogun had known Manjiro, called Manjiro back to the capital, which is Edo at the time, and asked for his advice. And Manjiro obviously had lived here for 6+ years, told him how warm and welcoming the Americans are, and how the benefits of freedom and democracy, which really was what Manjiro exported back. So they met with Perry and gave him some conditions. Perry said, "I'll be back in a year." Okay, he came back, and Manjiro helped facilitate the peace treaty that allowed U.S. ships to land at 2 ports in Japan. Here's a 14-year-old peasant fisherman who ends up playing a critical role in the opening of a society that's been closed to the Western world for over 250 years.
So with the Manjiro story also, it has really increased and opened the doors to many more relationships with Japan and America. I know that Dr. Hinahara is the one that actually, when he was 97 years old, got the house, gave it as a gift to Fairhaven, and we warmly accepted that gift. And now we have a museum in Fairhaven that tells the story of John Manjiro and also Captain Whitfield. The museum is open during the week, so if you want to come take a tour, please come by here. You can join the Manjiro Society, the Whitfield-Manjiro Friendship Society, so you can be a part of it and be a member. I encourage you to do that, and I encourage you to come out here and learn more about the Manjiro story. In October, we will have rain, shine, or plenty of sunshine, the Manjiro Festival, and it's going to be a great festival. You're going to be able to try some Japanese food, some Japanese noodles, write your name in Japanese, learn origami, learn flower making. There's just the multiple booths that will be there in October, so put it on your calendar for that first weekend in October, because it's going to be a great weekend, and rain or shine, but hopefully more shine. Arigatou gozaimasu.